You and I were laying in the moonlight, dreaming about the places we've been all night, wishing for our secrets to unfold. We just need somebody to hold, somebody to hold.
Well, Teddy could be in trouble here. Spear is going to land. Slow comes in. Cuz lying in wait. As the charm was taken first there by Pyoshik. Interesting. Unless that was just a hate spike, which it might have been. I haven't seen the animations on this particular Evelyn skin yet as he steals away the Raptor Camp. And there's the flash forward from Effort. Does land it onto Carrier there, who's down to 200 health. Looks like T1 won't be able to get forward though as Deft throws out a Rend. And the Winds of War will cause T1 to back away. So watch out Eep to get rid of a lot of these minions as Pyoshik's at 200 health and he's going to be spotted by this ward. And in goes Cuz now, down to 100. Yeah, no flash available as Pyoshik tries to turn it around, but he's not going to be able to. Flashes out immediately and even gets the flash out of Chovy. Things not going well for DRX early. As Evelyn forced to head towards the Grump. Shuriken back there from Clozer to get a lot of work done onto Chovy there. You can see the brush down here does have his Demon Shade activated now that he is level 6, of course. As there's the stun immediately. Carrier takes a lot of damage. They do get the flash out of Effort immediately. The DRX, they invest 4 people down here towards the bottom side and just get 1 F button. A gank is going to look as she's going to walk underneath this turret here. The Allure goes down. CC not going to connect as Kanna's going to flash himself out of the way. Teleport through from Clozer and now Doran could be in a whole host of trouble. The flash is down and so is the Croc. It's 2-0 now for T1. Easy here for these guys is Cuz up towards the top side. Pyoshik at the bottom. There's the flash forward Effort. No flash, remember, as the arrow will connect onto the Evelyn, but she will survive.
And those active plays are really needed from Evelyn. I mean, this play was really silly, I would say, because they didn't CC chain with flash and couldn't pick up the kill. And because of that, T1 was really ahead. But Pyoshik, smart move again on the bot side. You forced Nautilus flash last time, or actually maybe DRX has forced it on 2v2 because of the CC cooldowns on Nautilus flash, but. So many things are happening at the same time. Bit of a battle here at the bottom side as Deft pulls in his Pantheon. Effort's going to get knocked up as there's the first kill onto the Nautilus, but Clozer gets into the backline. Great knock up as Deft is going to survive, but Carrier not going to be so lucky as now Teddy free hitting as Pyoshik comes out of the brush. Teddy trying to fight him out, but he's not going to be able to. The Galio does fall down, but that is still... DRX, they're doing more as a team though. Those Carrier and Pyoshik moves are really active, good to see it. And maybe the outcome was not that perfect because of the Clozer's Akali plays, but still, you know, DRX playing as a team, not doing some random things like just did on the top side.
Yep. I did like the amount of heal that they had for Deft as well.
Yeah.
As he was able to survive.
So...
well, now we can see T1 have started off the Drake, but I think they're looking for a fight rather than a Cloud Drake. Evelyn completely out of vision. Doran is going to pop his head over. Carrier is going to flash his way in. The ulti needs to come out from Deft as he does. Finally press that button. Pyoshik has to use the Agony's Embrace in order to get himself out. And he's not in this fight anymore. Clozer wants to shut him down, and he will do so. A double kill already for the T1 new mid laner. That's a good taunt out from Chovy, though, as Doran slices his way forward, and Deft gets himself a double kill. Kanna and Teddy now against Deft and Doran to try and carry this one out, but it's an even fight once again. All right, there's the flash forward. Teddy immediately Captain Jacks that one, as the heal will kill Teddy there. Doran drops turret aggro exactly when he needs to, and Deft wants to try and go for the jewel, but isn't able to against Kanna, and it stays even, guys.
Positioning, but because of the efforts first hook, he actually canceled the Pantheon stun, so that fight kind of made even though DRX's position was just so much better for the fight. And after that Clozer, his Akali was just so great in a backline, and right after that, just Chovy with the 4-man stun right into the face again. And just so many fights are going around, and those two teams are just having so high quality of team fights. So I'm just glad to watch this.
Yeah, it is definitely bloodthirsty as DRX are going to teleport in. They still want to fight for this. We're going to go take 2 with a whole lot of buttons now on cooldown. Grand Skyfall is there if DRX are looking for an R button, and we've got Lilting Lullaby, we've got an arrow there as well, as Clozer has his ulti back available also. So T1 definitely more fight ready here than DRX, who are going to be able to take down the Drake, but a fight once again going to start. Doran immediately going to be taken down as Pyosik gets out of the fight, but Deft may not be as lucky this time around. Keria has the shield, but he doesn't have his life. And DRX do get out a couple of members.
Has no ultimates. They're kind of useless. Galio, Evelyn, and Kalista. Those champions really needed their ultimates, but T1, they don't really care. They just need to have better positioning. They just need to not getting flanked by Evelyn and Renekton. And this time around, they could spot out all the members from DRX, so it's like fruit flies, you know? It doesn't harm you, but it's actually really annoying.
The gold lead just on himself in that mid lane is Pyosik. The flash forward there onto Cuz, but he's going to flash out. Flash in from Effort, but he lands onto a minion. A lot of that CC soaked up by Chovy is into the backline. Goes Doran. He looks for Cuz, but Cuz is so tanky. They're not able to kill him. The new look Lilia with these tank items. I thought Dead Man's Plate was going to come in eventually, but only tank items? Just ridiculous. As Canna chases down the Crocodile, turns him into a handbag very comfortably. With the amount of teamfight control that T1 has, certainly does work out. I think it's really intelligent as there's a decent pullback from Effort. Chovy having to flash to get himself out of the way. Teddy chasing after him, finds Deft there with the Hawk Shot as he flashes forward. He knows that he's safe, and Chovy not so much, as the Shock Blast not going to get him, but it at least will still fall down. Fair bit of damage from Pyosik as the Watch Out Eep does not connect. Looking to try and put the Evelyn to sleep, but doesn't even fall down there, as Canna is going to kill him before that even happens. And now from the DRX base, the Jace is trying to fight them down. Doran picks up one kill though, and Jace will eventually fall, as Deft is very high health. Now trying to chase after the T1 members that are still here. Fair bit of damage available from these guys, as Clozer not going to get tagged by that Pierce. But Deft just keeping himself healthy, trying to chase after them. Let's see whether he can actually turn this one around as Blade of the Ruined King comes out. Deft not going to fall, but neither are any of the members of T1. As Grand Skyfall to get Carrier in here. You can see Pyosik moving up towards the top. As we're going to have a look at this one more time. Definitely it looked like T1 were feeling themselves a little bit more than maybe they should.
Yeah. Maybe it was not great engaged by Effort, but because of cuts, just look at how annoying is that champion. And you cannot even kill her. And she still does some damage and CC. And that helped out T1 to clean up the Renekton. And after that, DRX, they forced to check the Nasher vision. Because of that, Chovy face check, and he died. And I thought T1 is just gonna win in the 5 minutes, but they need to limit test before the playoffs.
Yeah, it's a bit of DRX syndrome. They certainly love the limit testing as well. And, you know, when you're facing them, sometimes it can rub off. As you can see, Canna was able to clean up Pyosik, but he's inside the enemy base. As we've got another fight breaking out immediately. Huge knockups will land here onto DRX. The heroic entrance does zone a lot of the members, but Clozer still finds the backline. That's a good knockup onto the Akali, but he lands the back foot, takes down the Pantheon, and T1 have turned it all back around Deft. Not going to be able to get them all here as they do go down relatively low, but he's slowed, and Teddy will finish this one up. Double kill for the Ashe.
Definitely ace for T1, and so many analysts and people were just thinking that, yeah, I mean, Clozer is good player, but it's still like we're not sure if he's good or not because you didn't play against Showmaker and Chovy. And this time around, I think he proves himself that he is a top of the LCK mid laner against Chovy, against DRX, and that's the game.
That's what we're looking out for, as Faker is coming in. They win the game, but still, Clozer is going to be subbed out. Faker coming in. LCK that still likes the misfortune is Canna finds a really nice hook shot onto Doran. Doran's still trying to fight this one out. Gets the passive.
He's gonna 1v9 the game, or he's not gonna have good time.
Oh no, the quick draw into the brush. Goodbye Pyoshik. The smite is gonna come through. He flashes, but Cuz is gonna flash after him. The red buff comes through as Faker's already what? What? Okay. Sometimes you just want to flash. You know, and that's what Faker wanted to do right there. Already in the draft, DRX, it's up to them to really get some stuff going here early, and this might be their opportunity. Effort going to take a fair bit of damage as there's a teleport in from Faker.
DRX side, and it feels like they're getting pushed out, yeah?
Effort in position to go for some sort of dive, but as you can see, Faker's moving on down. DRX know exactly what's going on, and oh no, Deft underneath the turret, and he's just exploded. No ult necessary out of Cuz, and no Galio required either.
When especially it's a strong team versus strong team, but T1, they're doing it.
Showstopper here towards the bottom side as Carrier up against the wall, still has flash available, decides to go aggressive there onto Effort. Deft free-hitting as much as he possibly can as there's the Dawning Shadow. Teddy very, very close to going down, and Set has already fallen. The ulti out there for Cuz as DRX answer back on the bottom side.
DRX, I thought the T1 was setting up some good plays, but...
Alright, Hextech Ultimatum comes in. Faker wants to come down as well. They get the knock-up onto Deft, who flashes away. Destiny forward from Chovy as they're trying to turn it once again. Faker flashing out as Doran still going aggressive. The tactical sweep not going to work out there as Cuz from the backside is going to come in. See what he can get done, but he's now on the run. The red buff is going to tag him up, and the gold out of Carrier is beautiful.
The timing from Doran was easier as well because Canna was getting CS on the turret and he was resetting first. So the timing was kind of off for T1 and better timing for DRX because they got advantage on the top side. So if they just waited for like extra 2 seconds, maybe the situation is going to be completely different. But it didn't happen, so DRX, they're controlling from the bot side. Everything is slowly snowballing for DRX side.
Yeah, it's working out pretty well, as this fight was extraordinarily long. Cuz coming in there and stealing away the kill onto Deft, but ultimately he's going to fall down as well, and Carrier, the beautiful bait, as Faker almost gets that kill from over the wall with his taunt. Not quite able to do so as Faker now booking it into this mid lane. Predator on the Galio, much like what Chovy threw down.
They have better position this time, but it's T1 now. They need to decide if they're gonna fight or no.
Yeah, let's see how this fight is going to go, as it is going to be Shirley locked down by Pyoshik, but they haven't got the eye. It's into the back line. Goes Effort. I don't know whether that was the best choice. It's Faker on top of him, but a little bit too late. As the taunt not necessarily going to work out. Solar Flare to interrupt the bullet time. Faker going to be taken down as the double kill comes forward from Deft, and Carrier to be following Canna on the top side. He's not going to be able to keep himself alive, and a triple kill for the DRX 80 carry.
I'm not sure what was that. Synchronized play by Effort right now. I mean, at this timing he could engage, but he got into the half HP. Your Volibear got zoned, and that was only Galio who could follow up. And even though you have great position on Misfortune, you do not have damage on the target. So that was such an engage from Effort, I would say. I mean, there is no offense, but that was such a troll play.
Yeah, it was very weird. As the Eye of the Herald is still just chilling and will just the old T1 where it felt like there were some communication problems as Effort. He's going to get spotted out here as the ultimate does fly back forward. He picks up Chovy, but Chovy looks pretty happy to do that as Faker just in to save.
Good enough to play on.
Potentially is now Cuz. He's the one that's going to get snared up. Pyosik. End of the line comes in as that's a good Zenith played out from Kerry, who's trying to frontline. Flash comes out to get out of the way of the Solar Flare, and the Dawning Shadow is going to miss. As Doran has a few friends down here, and he might need to be a little bit careful. The Shroud is only so helpful here for this guy, as there's the Showstopper, not going to be able to ult out of that one. Facebreaker comes in, but he is still able to keep himself shrouded. Pyosik turns up as Carrier getting Zenith Blade into the backline. Doesn't quite find the Solar Flare that he's looking for as the Gargoyle Stoneblade comes out. Chovy now just running around really fast here towards the bottom side as Canna goes low, but it's a trade of top lane as Faker going golden as well, but the rest of T1 can't get into position. There's the bullet time finally coming out, but Effort has to flash defensively, and Chovy looking for Teddy. Piercing Darkness comes down as Deft really wants more, but isn't able to dive a turret as the squishy center, and DRX do walk away with a slight advantage, being able to take down one extra member of T1. So you might be correct there as Ocean Soul comes in, and DRX looks so much better. Let's have a look at this team fight once again. Break it down for me, Wooded.
Yeah, I mean, the focus on the Akali, I mean, the escape route from Doran was just so clean, so they couldn't CC chain. That's the reason why they are actually having a hard time. After the team fight, they used so many things on Akali, but he didn't die. Maybe Doran, he just looked for not necessarily aggressive play, but anyway, team fight is really done so from the first place, because you used every skill shots on Akali, but he didn't die.
As DRX with a lot of control here around this area. They even sweep out that ward over the wall. And this control would also going to go down as Effort just going to get chunked and destroyed. No way that he could get out of that one, and I just don't know why he was there in the first place. This will overflow into an inner turret in the mid lane, and now we're looking for a 5 versus 4 battle. Faker gets chunked, good Solar Flare into the back line, as Teddy has his bullet time interrupted by that as well. It had barely even got a tick before Carrier had stopped him in his tracks, as now Doran fighting with the rest of T1, but he goes into his Shroud. He will be pretty safe, still has the ulti ready.
Otherwise, they're just gonna slowly lose this game. Maybe there is still one hope, and that's free damage, but free dealing in the team fight, but your supports are just dying in 1 second when you get CC chain.
To see whether T1 can actually win it. Look, as you can see, still very high health bars despite the Baron being taken, as Doran gets into the back line, throws down the Zhonya's as heroic entrance comes through as well. It's pretty defensive as Carrier gets into the back line and will just be taken down. Great position from Teddy to maximize what he can do, but in goes Chovy, and over the wall goes Pyosik. That's going to be the kill onto the Misfortune. Slightly out of position. The Cuz also going to most likely bite the dust here as well, as Pyosik dashing on forward, but it's going to be Deft grabbing the kill, and ultimately DRX will break the base.
Yeah, the reason why the vision control is so important is that you're gonna have to face check against the team who has the item advantage against you, and that's the play by DRX was just so clean, and there is a good dive.
Yeah, Deft is going to get caught out. Faker also going to die here as Canna trying to do the best that he can to get them away from these turrets, but I think we'll get back to base, and let's have a look at this team fight once again.
I mean, they don't want to just 50-50 the Nasher, so they're just looking for the fight, and at first place, it looked like they're kiting out because of the positioning, but Carrier, he bought enough time to DRX to reposition themselves, and Chovy, that Destiny usage was so perfect to have such a great aggro from all the T1 members, and that made easy team fight for Deft and Pyosik. And
as you can see, T1 now positioning to try and get even more inhibitors. Oh, the Glacial Augment's so frustrating as over goes Doran. They're looking for Effort once again as he has to go into his stopwatch. See whether he survives, and it looks like he's going to.
All you need is believe you can do what you like. When you feel like it's time, pick your fight, shine aside. 'Cause life is always what you make it. And just because it sounds surreal doesn't mean you have to change it. All you gotta do is try.
Or offer any sort of response. So both of the big objectives go over to DRX, and if they can't win the game with this, then I don't know what they're going to need. They've got Ocean Soul, they've got Elder Drake, they've got Baron buff, they've got over a 10,000 gold lead.
it's actually impossible to win the team fight right now. It's almost like a cheat. They have Ocean Drake Soul with Elder Drake, and with the Nasher buff, can they actually lose the team fight? Is there a chance? No,
I'm not
I don't
entirely
think
sure,
so.
but there's only one way to find out, we did. Let's see whether T1 can perform a miracle. End of the line comes down. Looks like DRX are just going to protect their siege minion as best as possible. As with these double rapid fire cannons, they're able to get a fair bit of damage there as Carrier and Pyoshik taking a fair bit of damage. Deft still just chilling on the backline as Doran needs to rotate over. Bullet time just going to be avoided as Solar Flare gets a triple slow as that Haymaker into the backline. But oh my god, the set just exploded. Teddy now in trouble. Gonna get Destinied on as Doran getting himself out of the way. Meanwhile, the rest of T1 are relegated to their fountain. And despite the Guardian Angel, I think Canna might still just fall down as... Faker's coming out and Clozer's going back in. Oh my god. And now if T1 wins this game, it's just gonna feel the worst, man.
Yeah. Everyone is gonna blame Faker, but
Chovy in a comfortable position there as Pyoshik moving towards the bottom side. There's the flash forward as Teddy gonna get stunned up immediately, tries to cleanse that one out of the way, and he survives for so damn long. Pyoshik gonna be taken down and gets dabbed on by Canna. As now Carrier off to the side, he'll be destroyed by Clozer, and that dive was a disaster for DRX.
Optimistic dive on the bot side, and yeah, it is just random.
Immediate double teleport as well. The coordination out of T1 was brilliant for this moment as Clozer and Canna come in at exactly the same time. And yeah, Clozer being delivered that kill for the laning phase is just... As he's looking to try and hop away, but Canna should be able to get this slice as he does have boots too in comparison to just Doran's blade. As there's the slice, the dice should come in, the flash comes down, and Canna had set this one up so beautifully. Double buffs at the red.
Up in the game, DRX is playing more serious or something? Because the bot dive was so... The bot dive was so optimistic though.
Yeah, severely.
I mean, it's not about mid laners, right?
Man, that was so perfectly played from Canna.
The top chain gank.
Yeah, Cuz he's going to come in. That's a great Gnar into the wall as Cuz going to get slowed down, but he does use his own personal Ohm Wrecker to stop this turret from doing anything. And Canna spins around and picks up the kill. Concerned. But let's have a look at this dive once again as Jonas Strong has some pretty cool angles here for us. Well, hey.
Yeah. There is so many animals on the top side, like crocodile, bear.
T1 should just be able to freely start this one off. Carrier over to the side. He has been seen, and now they're going to try and start the fight. The dragon goes to T1, but can they win the team fight is the question. That's a great kick as Canna's going to get knocked up, but he flashes on forward. Arrow is going to connect, and Chovy already decimated in this fight. Deft is going to limp away, but Clozer says no. And it's now only Doran left remaining. This is the T1 we wanted to see, as they're now 8-0. As Doran's trying his very best to hold on to this minion wave. Actually ults it out of the way. That's a good wallop onto effort as he's going to flash away Teddy. Thankfully for T1, did pick up the turret aggros. Now Chovy is going to make his way in. Emperor's Divide used. But Teddy's going to survive for the moment. Max range Zenith Blade will be the end of Cuz, and it's going to be the Azir that grabs the first kill for DRX. Clozer still in the fight, trying to get something done, but will just backflip his way out.
The T1, but the team fight structure was just so perfect. The carrier's engage was not hitting it right on the Ashe, so Doran, he couldn't do anything. The rage control was not on point as well, and the Akali engage, the follow-up Ashe ultimate with Volibear jumping in was just so perfect. And again, it reminds me the game 1 again, the when T1 had the control. And here we go, F4. I think he's not having a great time today.
No, it's not his greatest series so far. As the Emperor's Divide was so close to killing Teddy, but ultimately they got the kill onto Cousin, so that's all that really matters.
Yeah, and you know what? Every single time when your support misplays,
as far as Canna's lead,
I really feel like they need to force something.
There's the flash in. Okay, Teddy immediately has to cleanse. The exhaust goes down onto the Ashe as teleport comes on forward. Fate's call to save Carrier. Is now Deft gonna bounce the polar bear around, and in goes Chovy, but he face plants into the arrow. Survives for a very long time as the volley not gonna pick it up, but the flash forward from Teddy will finish off the Emperor of Shurima. And now Deft still trying to bounce away from this one. Carry gonna be the sacrificial lamb as ulti comes down, and Cuz trying to get some revenge here up against Deft, and he will be able to do so there. And T1 feels like they have opened the game as Clozer looks for the 5-point strike onto Pyoshik. Doran getting angry as the Mega Gnar will come down, but he doesn't find the wallop, nor does he find the bowling ball. Over goes Clozer. He's trying to do what he can there as he just gets back. And there's the flash from Effort. Gets a big old taunt, and Teddy delivered a free kill and a free Baron as T1 have blown this game wide open.
Yeah. I mean, I mentioned that DRX really needed to engage, but so optimistic. You could just use Leona ulti to force Ashe's cleanse first, and then you can look for the next plays, but I think that was really optimistic engage by Carrier, and after that there is no chance when Azir fails his combo.
Yeah, that was so sad from Chovy.
I mean, I think the engage at first place was not great at all. There was no chance of winning the team fight, so I think that was really disappointing engage. But I mean,
Okay, that's a teleport. As
Okay.
Doran teleports into the bottom lane as Chovy was teleporting out. So that is called miscommunication, guys. As that's a very happy Pengu and a very sad Gnar. As T1 also going to be protecting around the Drake. Doran survives for quite a while, but he's still dead. Teddy going to be able to grab that one. As Clozer's looking to try and escape from 4 members, and it looks like he's actually very happy to tango.
They're looking for Azir on the top side.
Yeah, Cuz is going to find him, gets the stun down. The Sand Soldier's doing some work here, but the ulti comes down. Emperor's Divide, very well timed there from Chovy as Effort tries to come forward, gets himself a taunt as Chovy's trying to keep himself up, but he's not going to be able to. He is smoked, and Cuz will grab that kill. Yeah, a bit of a flank opportunity here as there is a Kali on the top side. Arrow is going to fly into the Nether. As now Carrier is just doing the best he can to keep the rest of his team alive. Good kick back there onto Canna, who has the dominance, but look at the amount of money that T1 has right now. Deft is flashed immediately out of the fight. Pyoshik is very, very dead. As in goes Cuz. Great engage from him as the flash out from Chovy. We'll see whether he can keep himself alive. Oh my god! The shifting sands was so beautiful. If they had any gold, it would have looked amazing. But didn't quite work as Deft is able to pick up at least one of these kills. But T1 are just so far ahead. Deft slowed down underneath the turret. They are still going to look for this one as, yeah, Teddy has his big friend Renekton to be there to help mitigate that one. And, okay, Doran flashing forward, misses it, but walking back into the turret is exactly not what Teddy wants to do, is cue the Clown Fiesta music, as Yakety Sax will be required, as they're not able to actually open the base. And Doran still, he lands it. Manages to tag the Crocodile, and he's still running as fast as he can, and that's going to be the last boomerang that will connect. Not going to be too worried about that one. So definitely a good turnaround for DRX as we have a look at it again.
Yeah, that Chovy's comeback was real. And at first, Ashe's ultimate was not hitting it right. So that was not that great for T1, but because of the money, this is the money power that they're flexing on them.
And look at how far Chovy goes with his shifting sands as well. It's actually so sick.
Yeah.
Whoop. Almost gets Teddy. It's almost a 4-man.
Yeah. I mean, his reaction is on point, so it's okay. But the chase, turret dive, was just too much, I guess.
Yeah, and Teddy actually almost died to Deft as well as Doran here forces Teddy under the turret, and then, yeah, Clown Fiesta continues. Doran, Elder Drake being controlled right now by T1. Teddy tanking it up. As Kenner as well is down to half health, as there's the flash. They catch out the Akali. Solar Flare comes in, but it's mitigated by the Zhonya's. She's trying to keep herself up here as effort as well. Just trying to keep them all CC'd. And the Azir is going to go down. It is a bloodbath, but all the blood on the ground is DRX's. And there we go. Clozer says goodnight. And now T1 are going to finish off this series.
That super save from Effort was just fantastic at the last time. Clozer, he kind of missed to dodge Azir's ulti with Flash, but after that, Effort with 3-man taunt on the target saved the game, saved the day. T1 finally cleaning up DRX against DRX.
Yeah, really nicely done from T1.